Hi, welcome back. In my last video, I talked about trauma triggers and how they might show up in real time when a sight, sound, taste, touch, smell hooks into an old traumatic experience and we have a big trauma response. Now, if you're anything like me, you might be thinking, cool story, but how do I change that? And the answer is toning the vagus nerve. It's simple, but it's not easy because it requires commitment, consistency, and practice. There are hundreds of ways to tone the vagus nerve. I showed you a couple last week. The ear massage using the vagus nerve balm, because the vagus nerve has many nerve endings in the ears and down the sides of the throat. I also showed you the electrostimulation device that we have here in the Somatic Wellness Center. And I'm definitely going to show you more vagus nerve toning tools because they're incredibly important. But the problem with just throwing a lot of tools at you in 60-second clips is that when you are in a trauma response, your frontal lobe shuts off. It just goes dark. And this is where our tools are. So in a trauma response, the entire system shifts into its role of keeping the organism alive, which is driven by the limbic system, this really primitive part at the lower base of our brain, and the vagus nerve. Now, it's fortunate that the entire system prioritizes keeping us alive over the business of the frontal lobe, which is expressive language, voluntary movement, and memory storage, which, again, this is where our tools are, which just momentarily shuts off, which is why we can't think or talk our way out of a trauma response, and we have to use bottom-up therapies. In order to get access to our new tools, we must practice toning the vagus nerve daily. We practice the skills when we don't need them, so we can access them when we do. And I usually suggest a short morning self-care routine, maybe 5 to 10 minutes a day, to habituate the skills. You can do some at-home vagus nerve toning exercises, along with anything else that feels like nurturing self-care. I also encourage clients to visit our Somatic Wellness Center for an extended practice session using the vagus nerve stimulating equipment that we have on site. Now, everybody responds differently to different tools, so find what you like, find what works, and practice. Thank you so much for watching. Please put any questions in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.